6 p.m. prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita, Nandgopal. We're getting you all the latest updates coming in from Bengal. There's a lot of politics playing out over the claims, the back and forth over what exactly has happened to the women of Sandeshkhali, which we will talk about. But we also want to get you ground reports of what the locals have to say about their ordeal for you to decide for yourself who's really right in this political blame game. A quick check of the top 6 headlines first. Big blow to centre. Supreme Court strikes down electoral bond scheme, calls it unconstitutional, says poll bond scheme violates right to information. Opposition hails the verdict. Farm Neta's controversial jibe with the Prime Minister, says Modi's graph needs to be cut. Centre stop advisor slams, claims real agenda, farmsters now out. Round 3 of government farmers talks are underway. Kisan Neta, who said have to cut Modi graph, also part of the huddle. Will the deadlock finally end? Big political quake before 2024 polls. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Farooq hints at joining NDA in future. Says can't rule out the possibility. Announces his party will go solo in the upcoming elections. Massive setback for Sharad Pawar. Maharashtra Assembly Speaker rules in favour of Ajit Pawar, says Ajit MLAs cannot be disqualified. Days after 8 Navy veterans freed, Modi meets Emir of Qatar, holds bilateral meet. Prime Minister Modi also accorded a ceremonial welcome. For the last many days, Bengal politics has been headlined by what's happened in Sandeshkhali, with the BJP firing one attack after another, claiming women have been raped and tortured. There are multiple such reports that suggest the same, as women have spoken out in the village saying that they've been facing unspeakable horrors at the hands of TMC men. Today, you've had Mamata Banerjee speaking out on this, and she said that we've taken action. There's a women's commission that's been sent to the ground. 7 people have been arrested, but she also has alleged that all of this is nothing but a BJP RSS conspiracy.
Sandeshkhali showdown has intensified. Protests have now spread outside the restive village. And as tensions escalate, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has spoken out. She's blaming the BJP and RSS.
আপনারা জানেন জীবনে আমি কোনো অন্যায়কে কোনোদিন প্রশ্রয় দিইনি এবং আমি ইনিশিয়েটিভ নিয়ে স্টেট কমিশন পাঠিয়েছি, আমাদের অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন পাঠিয়েছি, 17 জনকে অ্যারেস্ট করা হয়েছে এবং আপনারা দেখেছেন যারা মুখে মাস্ক পরে পরে ছবি তুলছে ধরাও পড়েছে বিজেপির কর্মী।
The West Bengal police says that it is yet to receive any formal complaints of rape and torture. But women in Sandeshkhali reveal a different story.
অত্যাচার হতো, মেয়েদেরকে তুলে নিয়ে যেত, বৌদিকে তুলে নিয়ে যেত, নিয়ে গিয়ে হচ্ছে কি মিটিংয়ের নাম করে তুলে নিয়ে গিয়ে করতো, টর্চার করতো, কাকে রান্না করাবে, কাকে এ করবে, ভালো ভালো মেয়েদের দেখে হচ্ছে কি ভিতরে রাখবে।
হ্যাঁ, মানে মহিলাদের উপরে প্রচুর পরিমাণে অত্যাচার করা হতো। যেমন রাতের বেলা মহিলাদেরকে তুলে নিয়ে যাওয়া হতো বাড়ির থেকে পার্টি অফিসে, আবার হচ্ছে মিটিং মিছিলের জন্য যখন তখন ডেকে পাঠাতেন। রাত নেই, 10টা নেই, 12টা নেই, যখন ডাকবে তখন যেতে হবে। না যদি যেত তাদের স্বামীদেরকে তুলে নিয়ে গিয়ে পার্টি অফিসে কোদালের ব্যাট দিয়ে মারধর করা হতো। এমনকি ছোট ছোট বাচ্চা শিশুদেরকেও 14-15 বছর বয়সী বাচ্চা শিশুদেরকে নিয়ে গিয়ে তাদের হাতে মদের বোতল এবং হচ্ছে পিস্তল ধরিয়ে দিত যে রাজনীতিতে করতেই হবে, পড়াশুনো করে কি হবে, দিদি তোদের জন্য তোর মাদের লক্ষ্মীর ভাণ্ডার দিচ্ছে, বোনেদের কন্যাশ্রী দিচ্ছে, এত কিছু প্রকল্প দিদি তোদের জন্য দিচ্ছে, কিন্তু তোরা যদি রাজনীতি না করিস তাহলে তোদের বাড়িতে তোর মা বাবাকে খুন করা হবে, মার্ডার করা হবে।
On Thursday, National Scheduled Caste Commission delegation met victims of alleged sexual assault.
जो मुख्यमंत्री है, जहां खुद एक नाम ममता है, मैं फिर बोल रही हूँ ममता नाम की चीज नहीं है। आप जितना छुपाना चाहती थी, आप आंकड़े नहीं बताना चाहती हैं, क्योंकि आप FIR दर्ज ही नहीं करती हैं। अनुसूचित जाति के लोग हैं, उनके साथ आप घर बुला बुला कर टार्चर करते हैं। आपके नेता, आप उनको संरक्षण देती हैं, आप उनको संभाल कर अपने पनाह देती हैं। तो आपको मैं चाहती हूँ कि देश आपको माफ नहीं करेगा। राष्ट्रपति को बताना चाहते हैं कि यहाँ पे राष्ट्रपति शासन लागू करिए, नहीं तो ये हमारे लोग यहाँ सुरक्षित नहीं रह पाएंगे।
Other than the allegations of sexual harassment and exploitation, there are charges of systematic land grabbing and socio-economic exploitation against Trinamool's Sheikh Shahjahan and his henchmen. But Mamata Banerjee is standing firmly behind her party neta.
একটা এলাকাকে অশান্ত করার চেষ্টা করেছে। আগে টার্গেট শেখ শাহজাহান, ওকে টার্গেট করে ইডি ঢুকলো, তারপরে সবাইকে বার করে দিয়ে তারপরে ওখানে আদিবাসী মাইনরিটিদের মধ্যে ঝগড়া লাগিয়ে দিল।
Political temperatures are also rising. BJP cadres hit the streets from Hooghly to West Midnapur to South 24 Parganas, where violent clashes were witnessed between Bengal police and BJP workers. BJP President JP Nadda has also formed a fact-finding committee that is headed to Sandeshkhali.
ममता जी को EOP में बंद करना चाहिए और उसका पीछे NIA लगा देना चाहिए। रोहिंग्या को कौन संरक्षण दिया? यहाँ संदेशखाली में सौरबड़िया में शाहजहां का घर का बगल में 150 रोहिंग्या परिवार को घुसाया। ये बांग्लादेश का बॉर्डर है।
Spine-chilling testimonies and a political showdown that is exploding Sandeshkhali continues to be a big flashpoint in state of war Bengal. Bureau Report, India Today.
So with Mamata Banerjee speaking out right now, let's give you a sense of what the women who've spoken to us here on India Today have actually said about what they're facing versus what Mamata Banerjee has countered their claims with. First, of course, there are many women who've claimed that TMC netas have been targeting them, have raped them. Mamata Banerjee said nothing new in this incident. She's even claimed that the women are all BJP workers, while in fact the women named Sheikh Shahjahan, you had Mamata Banerjee going ahead and saying that the RSS is setting up camp. Now, as in fact we get you more on those details, let's move on to some of the reactions that have come in from the women as well. These are the women of Sandeshkhali who've been protesting for the last many days, whose cause the BJP has also now picked up to question Mamata Banerjee.
শিবু হাজরা উনি পুরো জমিটাই দখল করে নিয়েছে। মাঠের মাঝখানে দেখুন তাদের ঘর বাড়ি, তাদের এমন পরিস্থিতি হয় নোনা জল ঢুকিয়ে দিলে তাদের উঠোনে জল উঠে যায়। তারা কিছু বলতে গেলে তাদের ওজন আবার মানে ধমকি দেওয়া হয়, মারধরের হুমকি দেওয়া হয়। এইভাবে করে পুরো আমরা যখন ধান চাষ ছিল, এটা গরমের চাষ যেটা করি আমরা, গরমের চাষে সবে ধান বেরোচ্ছে সেই সময় জোর করে মানে সেই পকলিং গাড়ি ঢুকিয়ে দিয়ে মাটি কেটে পুরো ভেরি করে নিল। বলছে তোমাদের ধানের পয়সা দিয়ে দেওয়া হবে সবাইকে, যারা যারা চাষ করেছো। ওই যায় নমো দিয়ে তারপরে বছরের পর 2 বছর হয়ে গেল মোটামুটি আরলিশ দেয় না। চাইতে গেলে বলে কি টাকা পয়সা নিয়ে বাড়ি থাকতে পারবি তো তোরা, এবার হুমকি দেয় আমাদেরকে সবসময়।
অত্যাচার বলতে ওই রাত 9টা 10টার সময় মিটিংয়ে ডাকবে, এবার তোমার বাড়ির কাজ হোক আর না হোক, যখন মিটিংয়ে ডাকবে তখন তোমাকে মিটিংয়ে যেতে হবে। তুমি না বললে হবে না, না বললে তখন বলবে যে হ্যাঁ কেন যাবে না, হুমকি দেবে, এ দেখাবে সে দেখাবে, এই সমস্ত বলবে।
মিটিংয়ে গিয়ে কি বিভিন্ন নোংরা কাজও করানো হয়?
নোংরা কাজ আমাদেরকে দিয়ে করায়নি, ওই মিটিংয়ে ডাকে। ধরো আজকে সন্ধ্যে 7টার সময় ডাকলো, মিটিংয়ে এসো, সবাই গেলাম মিটিংয়ে। মিটিংয়ে গিয়ে মিটিং হলো, সেখানে এখানে ভোট দিতে হবে, ওখানে ভোট দিতে হবে, তা আমরা বলতাম হ্যাঁ দেবো।
আমাদেরকে বাড়ি থেকে যখন ইচ্ছা তখন ডেকে নিয়ে যাচ্ছে মিটিং মিছিলে। আমরা বাড়িতে যখন রান্না বসিয়েছি, রান্না ছেড়ে দিয়ে আমাদেরকে যেতে হচ্ছে মিটিং। আমাদের এই জমি জায়গাগুলো আমাদেরকে আকাশ থেকে কেড়ে নিয়েছে। আমাদের লিস্ট টাকা তো সময় মতো দেয় না। যদি লিস্ট টাকা আমাদের আনতে গেলে আমাদেরকে অনেক রকম কথা আমাদেরকে শুনতে হয়, জোর জবরদস্তি করে আমাদের বাড়ি থেকে তুলে নিয়ে যাচ্ছে। আমরা প্রতিবাদ করতে গেলে আমাদের বাড়ি এসে বেটা ছেলেদেরকে হুমকি দেখাচ্ছে, মেয়েদেরকে হুমকি দেখাচ্ছে যে মিটিংয়ের মিছিলে না গেলে হয়তো তুলে নিয়ে যাবে।
Now, you heard what these women said. Many of them alleged that they were called in for meetings late in the night, and that's when they were targeted by local TMC goons. My colleague Rajesh also visited this local TMC party office in Sandeshkhali. And in this local party office is where the women claim they were called in every other night. They were allegedly tortured, allegedly molested. Some of them say they were even raped by these local TMC men. Let's get you this report by Rajya Sabha.
As soon as the chairman of National SC Commission enters the village of Sandeshkhali, a section of women villagers has alleged before the chairperson of National SC Commission that they have been sexually assaulted. My camera person Orgo Ghosh is showing the visual of this party office. You can see this party office has been found locked from outside in lock and key condition, and it has been vandalized by the local villagers by throwing stones and bricks. We can find several stones and bricks are there. It has been vandalized by the local villagers after a tension erupted, after violence erupted in Sandeshkhali. And finally, one of the victims of these villagers has handed over the written complaint to the chairperson of National SC Commission, and he has got the complaint. The National SC Commission visited Sandeshkhali village today after getting several complaints of sexual assault against these and the allegation raised against these local leaders of Trinamool Congress. And finally, he has visited Sandeshkhali village and Sandeshkhali police station, and he has also assured full safety and security to the villagers.
And let's bring in our reporters on the ground. Rajesh Saha is joining us live from Sandeshkhali, which is now in the epicenter of this big political fight. We also have Ritik Mondal with us, tracking all the latest from Kolkata on the politics that's playing out. Rajesh, to you first, there's a lot of back and forth over what's exactly happening in Sandeshkhali. The TMC says that there is now a women's commission, team that's currently in Sandeshkhali investigating all of these claims. Mamata Banerjee even saying that these are BJP members who are making these claims against TMC leaders.
Well, we have spoken with several people, especially women of this village, along with the National SC Commission. The full bench of National SC Commission visited this violence in Sandeshkhali village today since this morning. And the full bench led by the chairperson of National SC Commission, Arun Haldar, visited at least 2 to 3 houses of victims, several victims, and had a chat with different victims in this Sandeshkhali village. And most of the women are alleging that they have been sexually abused, they have been physically abused by the local TMC party leaders. There's alleged before the National SC Commission that a section of women of this village were called in this local party office, and they have been sexually abused by the local TMC leaders, especially close aides of Sheikh Shahajan, who is Shibu Hajra and Uttam Sardar. And one of the local villagers, especially one victim, has handed over a written complaint to the chairman of National SC Commission, where she alleged against 5 local TMC leaders for molesting her. She claimed that she was molested few months back, and when she approached before Sandeshkhali police station, where right now I'm standing, that time she's claiming that police didn't take any.
So that's the allegation. The women there who are filing these complaints are saying that they're constantly being hounded, and now that they've spoken out, there's still no action being taken. There was an SC-ST panel also that has lashed out at Mamata Banerjee. So there's a lot of politics that's playing out right now over Sandeshkhali. I want to bring in Ritik Mondal from Kolkata on this. Ritik, we had a dramatic protest playing out today as well by the BJP, led largely by Shuvendu Adhikari. The BJP is, of course, lashing out at Mamata Banerjee, but it's unfortunately also taking a supremely political turn. Nobody's really talking about the crimes anymore, but it's more about the politics ahead of the elections.
Well, Akshita, what we see that the politics is being escalating time and again over the issues of Sandeshkhali, in which largely women have alleged with serious charges against TMC's local leader. You have the Bharatiya Janata Party, who is the prime opposition party over here. They are time and again trying to reach to this tension or torn area of Sandeshkhali. But even it was the second day when Shubhendu Adhikari and his other MLA, three other MLA particularly, they were stopped visiting Sandeshkhali area. Now BJP has decided to move court. What we are given to understand by Shubhendu Adhikari, we exclusively spoke to him and he stated he will be moving to court once again, challenging the way police is preventing the opposition party visiting the tension-torn area. Remember, he also demanded the NIA-led probe into this matter soon after Mamata Banerjee claimed it is the Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS they are instigating violence in this Sandeshkhali. BJP hits back, stating that it is only
so the BJP also, going by what in fact Hrithik is telling us, will be moving court on this matter. Thanks very much, Hrithik and Rajesh, for joining us with those details. This story is, of course, peaking into a big political fight, but we're going to continue keeping the focus on what's happening in Sandeshkhali, because the allegations leveled by these women are extremely grave. And the question is whether it's motivated or not. Now, Sandeshkhali files is something that here on India Today will continue reporting on. We've got breaking news that's coming in. All right, let's get you a news break on suspended TMC MP Maua Moitra. She's now in trouble once again with the Enforcement Directorate. She's been summoned by the ED on February 19th, and this is to do with a FEMA violation case against her. There are allegations of her having violated the Foreign Exchange Act. So based on that, she's been summoned for questioning on February 19th. Shreya Chatterjee is joining us with more details on this. Shreya, just give us a bit of context really of what are the allegations against Maua. Has this got to do at all with all of the allegations that were leveled against a parliament of her having, given her login, her user ID to a third person?
Akshita, the only detail that we right now have that Maua Moitra has actually been called by the Enforcement Directorate in a FEMA violation, which is some foreign exchange, some foreign transactions that the Enforcement Directorate has come across related to Maua Moitra that they have found is violating the FEMA guidelines, based on which they have asked her to appear. We are yet to get some more details. More details are awaited whether this was on the part of the investigation at all, because this is not a PMLA case. This is a FEMA case, and cash for query case so far was being investigated by the CBI. So we are yet to get more clarity on what the case actually is. But so far, our ED sources have confirmed to us that this is foreign exchange violation, and she's been asked to appear before the Enforcement Directorate in the national capital on the 19th of February.
Okay, so we will try to get our viewers more details of what this case is. Doesn't look, however, like it's linked to the entire controversy over her parliamentary login and the entire, cash for favors kind of scam that she was, of course, accused in. So it doesn't look like there's a link to that. But what exactly is this fresh case about? We'll track the latest. For now, we know that the Enforcement Directorate has summoned Maua to appear before them on February 19th. And with that, I'm slipping into a very, very short break here on India Today. Coming up on the other side, we'll focus on all of the political developments coming in on the Rajya Sabha nominations. Names trickling in from each state. And there's been a big, big twist really in Karnataka. We'll tell you all about that in just a bit.
जस्सी से साहित्य आज तक कोलकाता में लाइव। फ्री एंट्री के लिए अभी रजिस्टर करें www.aajtak.in/साहित्य पर या मिस्ड कॉल दीजिए 9310330033 पर।
ओरी चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आजा रे।
मिलिए स्वानंद किरकिरे से। साहित्य आज तक कोलकाता में लाइव। फ्री एंट्री के लिए अभी रजिस्टर करें www.aajtak.in/साहित्य पर या मिस्ड कॉल दीजिए 9310330033 पर।
we think it's a very good judgment which will have a seminal importance in at least beginning to clean up the system of this legal routes for corruption. And the fact that this has come with a government that claims to be anti-corrupt, they have amassed their wealth, but the point is, if this money that has been collected, let us see the exposure when it comes in March, and then we will know what has been the quid pro quo that the government has been doing with these corporates, and what are the deal making that went into it. So all that will be exposed, and I think that is good for the country and for our democracy.
किसान पीसफुली ढंग से दिल्ली की ओर जाना चाहते हैं। ये जो आप देख रहे हैं, ये पुलिस नहीं इस्तेमाल करती, ये मिलिट्री इस्तेमाल करती है, जो हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं। और मैं आपको और भी चीजें दिखा दूंगा जो आज हमने नोट की है, जो आपके समक्ष रखनी थी। ये रबड़ की गोली नहीं, हमारे लोग इसको रबड़ की गोली है, ये स्मोक सेल एयर ब्रेस्ट है। ये लगने के बाद फटता है और जख्म करता है। ये अकेला मिलिट्री ही इस्तेमाल करती है, इसको पुलिस कभी नहीं इस्तेमाल करती। और उसके साथ स्मोक सेल ग्राउंड ब्रेस्ट है, दो ये मिलिट्री वाले सारे इस्तेमाल है। और इसके बाद ये इस पर लिखा है, ये पुलिस कभी नहीं इस्तेमाल करती। ये एक्सपायरी डेट है। एक्सपायरी इसलिए है फिर जब रिकॉर्ड चेक किया जाएगा, फिर ये किसानों पर बल प्रयोग किया गया तो रिकॉर्ड में ये चीजें नहीं आएंगी। ये भी एक्सपायरी है, ये जबलपुर की है। तो इस तरह से सरकार काम कर रही है। अभी जो बल प्रयोग हो रहा किसानों पे वो सामने ना आ सके। दूसरी बात, ये SLR है जो चलती है, ये उसका खोल है। अब इधर पकड़े गए तो क्या बोलेंगे, भी किसानों ने गोली चलाई। हमारे आदमी जब उधर गए तो वहां से उठा के लाए हैं, वहां ये खोल पड़े हुए हैं बैरिकेडों के पास। तो ये उधर से चल रही है और ये भी प्राइवेट परचेज है, ठीक है, कि ये सरकार के रिकॉर्ड में से ना मिले। जब ये बात उठे, जब सरकार का रिकॉर्ड खोला जाएगा तो रिकॉर्ड में चीजें नहीं आएंगी।
Let's get your breaking news coming in from Karnataka. The government passed an order banning celebrating religious festivals in schools and colleges. They've now withdrawn that controversial order in just hours. You had, in fact, a few hours ago, the government passing this order, after which there were reactions from the opposition questioning it, particularly with the BJP saying, why are you stopping the celebration of Hindu festivals in schools and colleges? Now, the government, in response, has gone ahead and withdrawn the statement. In a matter of hours, a U-turn by the Siddaramaiah government. And just a few days ago, you saw the same thing happening over a decision to have infrastructure projects in Kavan Park. And it leads to questions, obviously, about whether the government is indecisive or whether these decisions aren't taken keeping in mind or keeping in the loop the top command, who then hear about it and then go ahead and withdraw the order. Sagai Raj is joining us live with more details on this. Sagai, what's led to this U-turn now?
So
we have noticed that a few activists, especially pro-Hindu activists, had protested against this. There were statements which was been released by them, and there were also video which was being shared by Hindu organizations like Hindu Janjagriti Samiti and others who had protested against this and criticized the government on banning Hindu festival. And in fact, there are several festivals including Saraswati Puja, Ganesha Puja and Sankranti, which is being celebrated in many of the government schools, especially residential schools. And all these festivals were banned. And after a few hours after this particular order, now it has been withdrawn by the Social Welfare Department. Remember, all schools, all residential schools and residential college comes under the purview of a Social Welfare Department, and that particular department had passed this order, and within few hours it has been revoked by the same department. So far there is no explanation given by the department why it has been revoked, but we got to learn through our sources that they have to face repercussions from their own ministry as well as from the opposition, which has forced them to go ahead and withdraw this particular order.
Yes,
remember,
obviously,
last year there were a few incidents which was been reported in the residential schools when there was protest from Jai Bhim Association as well as pro-Hindu organization like ABVP when they celebrated Ganesha festival in a college in Bangalore. At that point of time, there were decisions which was being taken by the BJP government to allow that. Now it was being banned, and later on it was being revoked by the Congress government.
A bizarre decision really by the government, not willing to stick their necks out and stick by their decision, once again reversing an order in a matter of hours. And now the Social Welfare Department, after we spoke to the government who defended it hours ago, has now withdrawn the order. So I request you to stay on with me. Let's stick to news from Karnataka as well, because there's a lot of buzz also about the political developments that have come in from the state. I'm talking about the Rajya Sabha nominations. The names of each, in fact, state has been trickling in. You have, in fact, JP Nadda filing his Rajya Sabha nomination from Gujarat. Several other leaders also, like Ashwini Vaishnav also, who's filed his nomination. You had Milind Deora being named by the BJP. But interestingly, in Karnataka, the BJP and JDS has sprung a last-minute surprise, going ahead and fielding a joint candidate, which has taken the Congress by surprise. Now, in fact, this significant twist comes even as the Congress had gone ahead and named Ajay Makan, Nasser Hussain, as well as GC Chandrasekhar, all of them being fielded from Karnataka by the Congress party. And now the BJP has said that they are going ahead and fielding Dr. Kupendra Reddy, who is a former Rajya Sabha MP from JDS. He is their nominee. This last-minute move has led to questions about what really led to the BJP going ahead and choosing to field someone who is from the JDS.
We are short of 5. I don't know how our party people will manage now, because I am in NDA. From Delhi we got the message to file. Let me see.
Taking this back across to Sagai Raj for more details. Sagai, interesting decision really by the BJP and JDS. What really explains the fact that the BJP has said that this time they will join hands with the JDS and field a joint candidate?
See, when it comes to election in Karnataka, it's been a super blockbuster movie. Whether it is a corporation election, whether it is a assembly election, Lok Sabha election or Rajya Sabha election, it has always made national headlines for one or the other controversy. And again, this time, the NDA, that is of BJP and JDS, have joined together and fielded Kupendra Reddy, who doesn't have much numbers. In fact, every single person, whoever wants to win Rajya Sabha election, they should get around 46 votes. When you calculate all those things, Congress is intact, where they have around 138 votes for all these 3 candidates. And BJP also have enough number of votes for the first preferential candidates.
Okay.
But JDS doesn't have the numbers. But still, they have fielded the second candidate against Congress. Remember last time, Leher Singh was a third candidate and he didn't have enough votes to win. But still, there were Congress MLAs who had cross-voted and helped BJP candidate to win the Rajya Sabha election. Okay. And even this time, NDA have their own calculation to go ahead and win the second candidate. But how? We need to wait and watch, because Congress votes are intact. Sure. Even one less vote from Congress and independent MLA who are backing Congress, definitely going to be a setback for them.
You know,
and
it will
probably
also lead to questions about what really
likelihood,
this will mean in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections and the seat sharing between BJP and JDS. Thanks very much, Sagai, for getting us all of those details. Overall, in the Rajya Sabha, you have 56 members cutting across 15 states who are retiring in April. So the elections for these Rajya Sabha seats is happening on 27th February. And it's interesting to see how each political party, in fact, is putting up different candidates, going ahead and choosing some very senior faces, like, of course, Congress choosing to go with Sonia Gandhi from Rajasthan, who will switch over from the Lok Sabha now to the Rajya Sabha. JP Nadda will not be fighting from Himachal Pradesh, but instead has been nominated from Gujarat this time.
Just months away from the general elections, 77-year-old Sonia Gandhi has been fielded for the Rajya Sabha seat held by former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. This also indicates a possible retirement of the latter's 5 decades of political career.
सोनिया जी और मनमोहन सिंह जी की उम्र में ज़्यादा अंतर नहीं है, तो मनमोहन सिंह जी जैसे विद्वान आते तो और मज़ा आता, लेकिन सोनिया जी आई है तो ठीक है, ये उनका अंदरूनी मामला है, उससे कोई पार्टी को विशेष फायदा उनकी पार्टी को विशेष फायदा होने वाला नहीं है, हमको तो फायदा ही फायदा है.
Rajya Sabha elections to be held on February 27th has so far seen a flurry of political heavyweight nominations from all parties, including some interesting debut.
From Thumba,
BJP has released its list of 26 candidates so far. From Gujarat, it is fielding 4 names, including party president JP Nadda, who is currently a Rajya Sabha member from Himachal Pradesh. From Maharashtra, it has named 3 candidates, including former Maharashtra Chief Minister Ashok Chauhan, who recently switched his party allegiance from Congress and joined the Saffron League. Union Ministers Ashwini Vaishnav from Odisha and L. Murugan have been nominated by BJP from Madhya Pradesh, along with 3 other candidates. Its earlier list of 14 included former Union Minister RPN Singh and Sudhanshu Trivedi.
आज भाजपा की राज्यसभा की उम्मीदवारों की घोषणा अभी हुई है और मुझे खुशी है कि आज भाजपा के इस लिस्ट में मुझे यहाँ पर स्थान मिला है. उम्मीदवारी देकर इस चुनाव में मुझे उतारा गया है, इसलिए मैं देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, देश के गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष भाजपा के श्री जेपी नड्डा जी और महाराष्ट्र के उप मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी और महाराष्ट्र भाजपा के अध्यक्ष श्री बावनकुळे जी, इन सब का मैं तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा कि मेरे जैसे व्यक्ति को तुरंत उन्होंने एक ताकत देने के हिसाब से, काम करवाने के हिसाब से मुझे राज्यसभा में उन्होंने मुझे मौका काम करने का यहाँ पर इरादा उनका घोषित किया है.
Other than Sonia Gandhi, the Congress has fielded Abhishek Manu Singhvi from Himachal Pradesh. Akhilesh Prasad will contest from Bihar. Chandrakant Handore will stand from Maharashtra for the hand in the Rajya Sabha elections. Trinamool Congress has announced its candidates from West Bengal, including journalist Sagarika Ghosh, party leader Shishmita Dev, 2-time Rajya Sabha MP Nadimul Haq, and Mamata Bala Thakur. The Samajwadi Party has nominated former MP Ramji Lal Suman, retired IS officer Alok Ranjan, and re-nominated Jaya Bachchan for 3 Rajya Sabha seats from Uttar Pradesh. At present, the BJP has 93 MPs in the Rajya Sabha, 30 MPs are from Congress, 13 from Trinamool Congress, and 6 nominated members, among others, in a house of 239 with 6 vacancies. Bureau Report, India Today.
So Sonia Gandhi has, of course, filed her Rajya Sabha nomination. She's now written a letter also to the people of Raebareli, saying that due to age and health concerns, Sonia is not able to go ahead and contest elections in the Lok Sabha from Raebareli this time, and instead has chosen to go to the Rajya Sabha. She's also, in fact, spoken and thanked the people of Raebareli, saying at a time when she lost her husband Rajiv Gandhi, when she lost her mother-in-law Indira Gandhi, it was the people of Raebareli who embraced her and gave her love. And in her heartfelt letter, she's thanked to all Raebareli voters for their support and assured them, saying that my heart and soul will always remain in Raebareli. Let's move on to all the other stories that we're tracking also this hour, including the farmers' protest. There's a huge controversy that's playing out over a video of a farmer leader, Dalewal, going ahead and saying that the objective is to ensure that Modi's graph is cut down. He says that it's reached a high because of Ram Mandir and there's a need to cut down Modi's graph. It's led to a big showdown as several BJP leaders have alleged that the true motive of the farmers' protest has now been exposed.
मोदी दा ग्राफ बहुत मंदर दे करके ऊपर चढ़ गया वो नुकसान वो इहदा ग्राफ डाउन किवें आ सकदा है
A shocking viral video of the most prominent face of the farm stir against popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Jagjit Dallewal, the chief of BKU Ekta, the steering force behind the agitation, expressing his worry over rising popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, especially after Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha. In the video, Dallewal is heard promising to cut Modi down to size, adding that the farm stir presents a golden opportunity to cut Modi's soaring graph.
मोदी दा ग्राफ बहुत मंदर दे करके ऊपर चढ़ गया वो नुकसान वो इहदा ग्राफ डाउन किवें आ सकदा है मैं बहुत बारी ਜਦੋਂ मैं ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਿਆਰੀਆਂ ਕਰਾਉਂਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਰੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੌਕਾ ਬੜਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਹੈ ਗ੍ਰਾਫ ਉਹਦਾ ਬੜਾ ਉੱਚਾ ਚੜਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਦਿਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਆ ਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗ੍ਰਾਫ ਇਹਦਾ ਡਾਊਨ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ
The video was picked up by top advisor to government Kanchan Gupta and prominent BJP leaders, who called the stir a political conspiracy against jealous opponent of the Prime Minister, timed with upcoming elections.
देखते क्या सीधा सीधा पॉलिटिकल एक स्टेटमेंट है ये और पॉलिटिकल स्टेट में इस प्रकार से कोई एक प्रदर्शन करके और वो भी एक इस प्रकार का खतरनाक दृश्य बना करके उस प्रदर्शन करने से क्या जनता मोदी से दूर हट जाएगी बल्कि ये तो उसमें और बढ़ा रहे हैं देखा जाए तो आज आम जनता में ये मैसेज जा रहा है कि ये तरीका ठीक नहीं लोकतांत्रिक तरीका नहीं है लोकतांत्रिक तरीके को हर कोई पसंद करता है
The Congress, which has backed the farm stir, however, denied any political affiliations to the protesters.
Agenda of farmers' agitation is an agenda for life of this nation. It's an agenda of 72 crore farmers and farm laborers. This agenda is not governed by politics. This agenda is also not governed by who will be in power. Question is, will India live? Will India survive? Can India survive without its 72 crore farmers and farm laborers?
The farm stir is officially aimed at ensuring fair MSP law and benefits for farmers. But in reality, is it just another Modi Hatao Andolan? Bureau Report, India Today.
We'll of course get you all the latest on that as once again talks right now are underway between the government and farmers and there's hopes that finally there will be some sort of a breakthrough. I'm slipping into a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll get you all of the highlights of the Prime Minister's brief visit to Qatar.
बस थैंक यू अरे बेंच ऊपर या नीचे से कोई स्टील वाला है ना दोनों में से एक ही हो सकता
है I, Jagat Prakash Nadda, do swear in the name of God that as candidate to fill a seat in the Council of States, solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India.
The iconic heritage structures in Kolkata are being lit up. 17 buildings have been restored and illuminated by citizens as part of the Calcutta Illumination Project. The brain behind the initiative is Mudar Petria, who conceptualized the whole project.
I think these structures needed to be reinvented, and that reinvention could not happen during the day. It could only happen at night. So I saw the operating headroom as phenomenal. The addressable market is phenomenal. I said if we only light it, not only a new monument will emerge, but a new perception and respect for the neighborhood will happen. And that's really what got me started.
The seeds of the project were sown in September last year, when Petria noticed the iconic dome atop Maniktala market in darkness.
I have faced surprisingly no obstructions. And I can't believe why I didn't do this 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Or maybe 10 years ago I didn't do it because of the high cost of halogens. Now the world of halogens has been replaced by the world of LEDs. An entirely new world has emerged, which is more flexible and definitely lower in cost. So I think we are at the right place and at the right moment.
Since the launch of the project, heritage buildings like the Sacred Heart Church, Geological Survey of India and the Royal Insurance Building have been lit up.
23 साल होने जा रहे हैं। मैंने 13 साल भारत के एक बड़े स्टेट गुजरात की सरकार में रहते हुए लोगों की सेवा की है और अब मुझे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में देशवासियों की सेवा करते हुए 10 साल होने जा रहे हैं। मैं मानता हूं कि सरकार का अभाव भी नहीं होना चाहिए और सरकार का दबाव भी नहीं होना चाहिए, बल्कि मैं तो ये मानता हूं कि लोगों की जिंदगी में सरकार का दखल कम से कम हो, ये सुनिश्चित करना भी सरकार का ही काम है। हम अक्सर कई एक्सपर्ट्स को सुनते हैं कि कोविड के बाद दुनिया भर में सरकारों पर भरोसा कम हुआ है।
Welcome back. After a very successful visit to UAE, late last night the Prime Minister made his way to Qatar. He's now wrapped up that visit, is headed back to India. But in Qatar, the few hours that he spent, held a bilateral with the Emir of Qatar, met to the Prime Minister too. And the timing of it extremely significant because it came just days after Qatar released 8 Indian Navy veterans who were on death row previously. It was a huge diplomatic success, and the Prime Minister also this time, in the last few hours that he spent in Qatar, ensured that once again there were several, in fact, deals, trade deals that were approved between India and Qatar. More details in our next report.
Prime Minister Modi landed in Qatar on his second visit since 2016 on Thursday with a ceremonial welcome. Days after Qatar released 8 Navy veterans who were jailed on espionage charges. This visit by the Indian Prime Minister holds political and diplomatic significance of immense. Accompanied by the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, the Prime Minister had bilateral talks with the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani, focusing on ways to strengthen ties between New Delhi and Doha.
Topics of discussion included a wide range of areas of bilateral cooperation, including trade partnership, investment cooperation, energy partnership, issues engaged in regional security, cultural affinity and people-to-people ties.
Qatar is the largest supplier of LNG to India, accounting for over 48% of India's global LNG imports. This Middle East country is also India's largest supplier of LPG, accounting for 29% of India's total LPG imports. Besides LNG, India also imports ethylene, propylene, ammonia, urea and polyethylene from Qatar. The bilateral trade between the two countries have been growing in volumes as well as in the past few years. While India looks forward to ensuring this stable trade relations further, the recent release of the Indian nationals has added a positive dimension to the relations between the two nations.
Prime Minister thanked His Highness the Amir for his support for the welfare of the Indian community, and in this regard expressed his deep appreciation to His Highness the Amir for the release of 8 Indian nationals of Al Dahra Company.
On his arrival in Doha, the Prime Minister was greeted warmly by the Indian diaspora outside his hotel. People carrying Indian tricolour and gifts for Prime Minister Modi chanted Modi Modi and Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Prime Minister Modi shook hands with them. They also took pictures of Prime Minister Modi as he interacted with them. Bureau Report, India Today.
That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up on the other side, Preeti Chaudhary will be getting you the latest on the farmers' protest. The government and farmers' meet is currently underway for the third time. More details coming up on that in just a bit.
ਮੋਦੀ ਦਾ ਗ੍ਰਾਫ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਚੜ ਗਿਆ ਉਹ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਉਹ ਇਹਦਾ ਗ੍ਰਾਫ ਡਾਊਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ
A shocking viral video of the most prominent face of the farm stir against popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Jagjit Dallewal, the chief of BKU Ekta, the steering force behind the agitation, expressing his worry over rising popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, especially after Ram Mandir Pran Pratishta. In the video, Dallewal is heard promising to cut Modi down to size, adding that the farm stir presents a golden opportunity to cut Modi's soaring graph. The video was picked up by top advisor to government Kanchan Gupta and prominent BJP leaders, who called the stir a political conspiracy against jealous opponent of the Prime Minister, timed with upcoming elections. The Congress, which has backed the farm stir, however, denied any political affiliations to the protesters. The farm stir is officially aimed at ensuring fair MSP law and benefits for farmers. But in reality, is it just another Modi Hatao Andolan? Bureau Report, India Today.
You have been a supporter of not having a minimum income guarantee, and you and others have been writing that you believe that such a legal guarantee of a minimum support price would be financially unviable, is a bad idea, would end up in fiscal instability. On what basis are you arguing this? Why do you believe that a minimum support price would lead to fiscal chaos and financial instability if we gave it to the farmers of the country?
Let me further add that it can be anti-farmer. How? Normally the prices are decided by demand and supply. And if the MSP is made legal, the production, assume, of a particular commodity is 100, but the demand is 70, then what will happen? Nobody will touch. The remaining 30, it will stay with the farmers. What will you do? What can they do? Because if I buy at a price lower than MSP, I may be put behind the bars if it is legal, right? So the issue is a simple understanding of a 9th grader who has studied demand and supply When the prices are low, demand is high. When the prices are high, demand is low. And market has to clear. And if you don't understand this ABC, of basic economics, then I'm sorry. Demanding legal and implementing that all over the country for 23 commodities, to me, it's impossible.
Parties. The information about the funding of political parties is essential for the effective exercise of the choice of voting. One of the factors which contributes to political inequality is the difference in the ability of persons to influence political decisions because of economic inequality. Economic inequality leads to differing levels of political engagement because of the deep association between money and politics. At a primary level, political contributions give a seat at the table to the contributor. That is, it enhances access to legislators. This access also translates into influence over policy making. There is also a legitimate possibility that financial contribution to a political party would lead to quid pro quo arrangements because of the close nexus between money and politics. Quid pro quo arrangements could be in the form of introducing a policy change or granting a license to the person making financial contribution to the political party in power.
Sonia Gandhi is moving to the upper house of parliament. The Congress leader, flanked by former Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, filed her nomination from Rajasthan for the Rajya Sabha elections on Wednesday. While Karnataka and Telangana leaders had urged Sonia to contest from those states, the former party chief, by picking Rajasthan, seems to be suggesting the Congress is still in the fight in the Hindi heartland. With Sonia exiting the Lok Sabha battle, there is speculation that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra might contest from Raebareli, the constituency represented by Indira Gandhi earlier. If Priyanka indeed enters the fray, it won't be a cakewalk, as Rahul Gandhi had lost the family pocket borough of Amethi in 2019. Sonia entered the electoral politics 25 years ago when she contested from Bellary and Amethi in 1999. She won both seats but chose Amethi. Since then, she has seen many ups and downs in politics. Sonia led the Congress to power in 2004 but sacrificed the Prime Minister post, picking Manmohan Singh.
Today, that voice tells me I must humbly decline this post.
But later, she failed to check the party's slide to its lowest tallies in the last two elections. Bureau Report, India Today.
You made a visit to Sandeshkhali, which is extremely sensitive area right now, and it was a very emotional interaction that we saw of yours with the women. Some of the women even tied a rakhi on your wrist. What did these women say to you, Governor, when you met them one by one?
I could see desperate women not knowing what to do, whom to contact. It is a frustration all around. What I heard was something which I should never have heard. What I saw was something which I do not like to see again. The honor of women were at stake. Forcible oppression of women, outraging their modesty, intimidating them. Not only them, their family, their parents. It was certainly not a happy situation there. There is a fear psychosis all around. When I went there, I could see hundreds and hundreds of my sisters on the road. They were all wailing. They were looking for some support from somewhere. What they wanted was peace and justice. Shanti. That was a recurring word there. They were harassed, not once, but many times. This has been a recurrent action there. There is no law and order there. That was what they felt. And the situation was very gruesome. I was really touched by the emotional fervor which was there. They told me, all that we want is protection for our dignity, our honor. We don't want anything else. We want peace in society. We want harmony, which was there. Of late, we are under the control of the goons and the gangsters. This was a refrain that I heard everywhere.
Co-presented by Aapka Joy, Bharat Ka Joy, Joy E-Bike. Co-presented by Green Lam Laminates, Kuch Mera Kuch Tumhara. Co-powered by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Watching Mission 2024. I'm Preeti Chaudhary, and one of the big things which could impact Mission 2024 for all political parties, especially for the BJP, is the top court of the country today deeming electoral bonds unconstitutional and scrapping them. We're going to break it down. First up, the headlines. Big blow to the centre. Supreme Court strikes down electoral bond scheme, calls it unconstitutional, says poll-bound scheme violate right to information. Opposition hails the verdict. Farm Neta's controversial jibe at Prime Minister, says Modi's graph needs to be cut. Centre's top advisor takes on the farmers. Round 3 of government farmers talks underway. Kisan Neta, who said have to cut Modi graph, also part of the meeting. Will the deadlock end? Big political quake before 2024 polls. Former J&K Chief Minister Farooq hints at joining NDA in future. Says cannot rule out any possibility, but will go it alone in 2024 Lok Sabha polls. However, a part of the India alliance for now. Massive setback for Sharad Pawar. Maharashtra Assembly Speaker Rahul Narwekar rules out in favour of Ajit Pawar, says Ajit MLAs cannot be disqualified. Days after 8 Navy veteran freed, Modi meets Emir of Qatar, holds bilateral meeting. Prime Minister Modi accorded ceremonial welcome during Qatar visit. All right, the crucial Farmer Centre meet is to begin shortly now. It's round 3 of Centre Farmer Talks. MSP guarantee